Hello everybody, and welcome to the second devlog for the game that I'm making this month. As we can see, it's the 18th. It's been a little bit over a week since I posted the first devlog. We have about 13 days to go. We're going to talk about everything that I've worked on so far, what I plan to work on, and what I plan to work on for the rest of the month. So in the last video, I talked about how I was going to finish the player animation. There's one problem with the frames per second, or it wasn't actually. I'd done the player animation without doing the frames per second, and then afterwards I made it so it was 60 frames per second, and then I didn't realize until I had already published the last devlog that I hadn't adjusted that. As you can see, there's an idle state, it's working. I had drawn up walking animation, it doesn't look that good, so I haven't implemented it yet, so I haven't replaced that. We also talked about weapons and ammunition. It's the same gun. Pretty sure I had this gun in the last video, but now I can fire. But yeah, so that was one thing. But I wasn't able to do different placeholders for the guns and ammunition. I mean, there's a quantity for the ammo, for the different types of ammo, but there's not multiple different guns really. But that's just something I can just draw up, and we'll talk about that for the goals for the next time. We also talked about enemies. Just to be simple, I haven't worked on the enemies yet. I haven't had time. And I believe in collision, we're going to work on the collision. So I guess you can see I fixed the collision, and so the collision works with the bullets except for not having it break as soon as it hits the wall. It goes through the wall for a second. Once I explain the bullets, you'll be able to see it a little better. But last time I couldn't have wall sliding. It's just if you touch the wall, no matter what direction you're coming from, you need to get off of it. And then that's something I fixed. I just added these footstep things. So someone had suggested or add footprints, where you can see your footprints and they disappear after a little bit, and you're gonna be able to see the enemy's footprints. I literally just added this, so then it's not completely correct. As you can see, the footprints cover literally anything you walk on. So I'm just gonna make it so it only covers on the floor. This person also suggested, thanks again for your suggestions. They suggested that maybe have like a thicker snow. This is just a placement holder. I guess it looks more like ice than snow, but basically this area is thicker. You walk slower. Maybe I'll even change the footsteps color, make it a little bit darker or something. But I'll figure that out once I do the artwork for this. But yeah, so you walk slower in here. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for something I can do in the next 13 days, that won't be too difficult, leave it in the comments and I'll go ahead and add it myself. One other thing I worked on is the layering, as you can see right here. In the last video, I talked about how the trees kind of looked odd because like it didn't actually draw me, it just drew me on top of the trees. So I worked on layering, so it's all based on the Y coordinates, and it knows how to do it. Someone else also suggested to have some random trees so they didn't look all the exact same. I mean, they're all pretty similar, but they're at least randomized. But I have a few different pictures, and then I also have them randomly flipped. As you can see right here, this is what I worked on. We're flipping them, and I was having to randomize every single frame before I realized what I was doing when I wanted to run it. And then along with that, when I have it to the gun, as you can see, the gun's obviously lower than the guy, and the gun's a different sprite. It's a different object than the guy, so they're rendering separately. But because of that, when you're behind a tree, it thinks to render this top tree, then my guy, then the gun, then this tree. And sometimes because of that, it would draw, or I guess that's the way it's supposed to do it, but because of that, it also renders the gun, if I remember correctly, I think it was rendering the gun before the guy, for whatever reason. I can't remember exactly why I was doing it, but either way, the gun was always in the back. So I thought of basically I can figure out the position of the gun and the guy and the angles and everything that they're supposed to be looking at, and then I can draw both of them to one single texture, and then display just that one texture as both of them, and then just calculate the texture every frame. It's not that much on the CPU or anything, I don't think. But as you can, there's, I guess this is a warning, like a flash warning. I'm going to show you what happened when I was just testing with it, and because I was drawing the frame, as you can see right here, it was redrawing over everything. I didn't actually like do everything correctly. I mean, I literally just figured out a way to draw both of the textures together, and then I was drawing to the screen, but it wasn't clearing the screen properly, and I decided, I mean, I don't have enough time to work on a ton of stuff, so I decided not to do this, and I just made it so an object could be a parent of other objects, or at least of a single object. I mean, I could easily change it to be multiple objects. But yeah, so I basically just made it so the gun is a child of the parent object. So every time it draws a parent, it checks for the children. If it has children, it draws those children on top. So instead of having the gun be part of the order for the y-axis order, it just draws the character and then automatically draws the gun with them. As you can see, this guy doesn't do anything, and it just follows the player. It doesn't have any logic at all, whatever. It's just exact same coordinate as the player, just offset by a little bit. The gates haven't done anything. I think I'm gonna remove the gates and then totally redo the way I did it. Because, like I said, the gates are going to be like a portal basically to a different level. And I guess talking about the guns, as you can see, there's a little UI. It's really basic. That's the frames per second. It's the one thing that was actually a problem with the frames per second. I'll see if I can show you it. I was having a really bad FPS, and right now it's not even 60. It should be a little higher, but the game runs completely fine, so I'm fine with that. But I worked on a little bit of optimization. Also, the code is going to be in the description for anyone that wants to look at that. But I'm looking at the code right here. I don't really mess around on here too much, so let's see if I can look at a commit. I'll just look at the original commit. Fix the player frame rate, like I had mentioned. So let's see if I can look at this original file. So when I have it draw everything, the map's pretty huge. I mean, it's not massive, but it's thousands of tiles. And I only wanted to draw the tiles that are on the screen. I only wanted to calculate, the guns, stuff that's on the screen, and everything like that, so it doesn't do anything like that. And as you can see, maybe... I know for a fact there's a way to look at this. There's definitely a way to look at the commit. I guess I don't really know how to do it. But either way, in my function I was checking if something was on the screen, it was returning false no matter what. I mean, true no matter what. So even the things that shouldn't be in the screen, it was saying true, and because of that I was rendering everything. And I was looking through my code for a while. I couldn't figure out what was, causing everything to lag. It was like that in the last video, so it probably wasn't even enough for you guys to notice, but after I started updating, like adding bullets and stuff, it was pretty noticeable that there was some lag with it. And I believe probably once I add the enemies and add them shooting as well, and add their footprints and add other things that just appear on the screen and whatnot, it's probably going to cause this to drop, and then from there I'm going to have to do some more optimization for some things. But I believe it's going to be around 60 frames, so it's going to work, I'm pretty sure. I added, so you can see also here was the different types of ammo, and I also made it so the scroll bar, you can scroll through it. I thought that was kind of cool. I mean, it's pretty basic, but I've never done anything like that. But, so as you can see, this is the first one, just regular. I haven't decided if I want to make it so they click the mouse every time they want to fire, or if they can hold it, or that would be like a setting or something. Here's the second one. As you can see, the second one, the bullets can bounce off. That's why I mentioned about the first one's collision, they just disappear. So they bounce in some random directions. The third one is like a shotgun blast. And here, I'll turn this down. And then this fourth one is like a spread. And I also have these shells that pop out. I don't know if you've noticed that. It's just using like a sine wave. So you can probably even tell that like towards the end of it, it kind of flips up. But I don't know. I'm kind of wondering what you guys think about it. It doesn't look bad. It's like standing still. But like say if you're running, they're all going in the correct spot that they should be from like flipping up like that. But it's just running kind of looks weird. I don't know. I guess I have to look at some other games and maybe you guys have some input to say what you guys think about it. But as of now, I'll probably just leave it like that. You can see like it doesn't look that bad. But if you fire tons of bullets like this, it does. But that has to do with the same thing. Should you be able to click? Like that doesn't look as bad. Like clicking a bunch. Except for moving. Like that doesn't look that bad either. Moving like this, it doesn't look too bad. So I guess it's just, if you guys have any thoughts about it, let me know. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to change this. So one thing I guess for the next video, I'll definitely have enemies, because that's kind of just where I'm at, adding enemies. One thing I need to fix right here, I don't know if you guys have even noticed it. I literally don't know what it is. I know it's some bug that I just did. But if you're shooting... Okay. Nope, I lied. Okay, sometimes... Okay, actually, maybe I fixed it. I don't even know, because I don't know what was causing it. But sometimes when you're shooting, it would start shifting the trees. Because I think for some reason I just have a variable, like a typo, where one of their variables are related to the bullets variables. But I don't know, I went through and changed a bunch of stuff, so maybe I fixed that actually, because I'm not seeing anything like that. Yeah, so for the next video, I'm going to fix these footprints so they don't draw up on here. I also thought about making it so you can walk behind the walls, because I already have the y-axis stuff, but whenever you're walking behind the walls, you can kind of push down and you can like appear on top of it. And I decided, since you know this is a quick game, I decided it was too much a hassle for me to care about. Everything else works. But yeah, so I'm gonna fix the footprints. I'm gonna add enemies. I guess I'll add maybe like probably for the for the next devlog, maybe just one enemy. By the end of the video and end of the month, I'll have like a couple. I need to fix a problem with the map generation. The map works as well, but sometimes, like I mentioned in the last video, sometimes the map generates like a map that's unusable. And I have it test if the map's unusable, and it knows it is. And then, like I said, I'm gonna fix the gates because I didn't do those at all. But I had tests that the maps are unusable, and it knows the maps are unusable. I just need to replace it with a new map, which is something I'm basically already done. I'm having it store seeds that work and having it be able to test seeds. I just need to be able to generate a new map based on the new seed and replace the old map that wasn't working. But yeah, from there I'm going to redo the whole gate thing and make it so you can also walk between gates. And then I'll have like objectives. Say an objective is to collect something. And speaking of that, I have collectibles, so you can collect ammo and collect other things. And with that, the gun, I think this might be like a start out gun. This might just shoot like regular bullets, like not even like a colorful bullet, just like a little black dot or circle or something. But basically you're gonna be able to pick up like a modular gun. It's gonna be like some sort of like space gun. And all these kind of bullets that shoot in different directions, they have different speed and like bounce and stuff. Instead of having different guns, you'll have different mods, and you'll be able to attach the mods to your gun. So maybe you can attach like 2 or 3 different mods, and it'll affect what type of bullet it has, what direction the bullets go in, and how much damage and how much speed they are, and a few other things like that. So if you guys have any ideas for anything like that, let me know. If you guys have any like cool like gun mods that can be added in like fairly easily, leave in the comment section as well. From what I remember, I think that's basically everything. I need to do the player animation stuff. There's a high chance a lot of the artwork for the players, and even like for the last enemies I'm gonna add into the game, those are probably gonna be the very last things I do, just because like I'm not the greatest at art. Oh, but speaking of which, in the last video, I guess you guys have already noticed this whole time, but this last video had nothing. I had no artwork. It was just like tiles that were drawn to the screen, just with like a plain color. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully you guys think this looks nice. I'm probably not going to change too much of it, except for these ones that I said I just added for the thicker snow type area. Maybe I can do like an icy area too, because this looks more like an ice, but an icy one where you can like slide across it. Probably don't want to work on all the mechanics for sliding, but maybe I'll just make it so you can walk faster on ice than anything else. I could do the sliding, but I just don't want to add like way too much stuff into the game. I'm basically just gonna make it so there's like chests and you can collect things and open chests and like maybe you have to like kill enough people in a certain amount of waves or something, open like a gate, and when you kill things they can also drop ammo and drop mods for your gun. And basically you'll just collect things from chests and from killing things. I'm planning on having like some sort of alien thing attacking, so like everything's gonna be alien related, all the enemies. Maybe there'll be like a spaceship, you can go to like a spaceship and like destroy it and collect stuff from it. But yeah, I guess thanks again for watching this video. I hope it was entertaining at the least. If you guys have any questions or anything, just leave in the comment section. If you guys enjoy the video, please leave it a like. It helps the channel out a lot. If you guys are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. If you dislike the video, go ahead and dislike it. Leave a comment about why you disliked it. If you have any ideas for the game that you think I can add in the next 13 or so days, leave a comment about that as well. I'll have the code in the description. The code, So I'm kind of rushing everything, so I'm not organizing nothing at all. This code is not organized. So if anyone has like programming questions about how I did something in the game, I can explain it. But programming questions are related to the code itself. I can slightly explain it, but it's going to be a little bit too complicated. If you're looking to learn, this code's probably not the best option. Though I have other tutorials out there on my channel. I just posted some tutorials where I posted 2 tutorials yesterday, I believe, where I talked about how to do the guns rotation and how to do the firing so it fires in the correct direction. And along with this like shotgun blast as well. Yeah, I think that's everything for today. Thanks again for watching the video, and see you guys again next time. Bye.